Hey guys, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, and I'm back for another Self-Care Saturday. So with the holidays upon us, I think it's really important to remember to take care of ourselves during the holiday season. It can be really tough if you suffer from depression or anxiety, if you're an introvert, or if you're an activist, to handle the holidays. So I wanted to go through a list of things that you can do to make sure that you're taking care of yourself during the holiday season. Now, last time we talked about sleeping better and I promised a recap. To be honest, I didn't do a great job of it. It's been so busy and I've been pretty inconsistent with my bedtime routine and sticking to a schedule. I am, however, planning to pick it back up again starting tonight and going forward into the new year because it is so important to get enough sleep. And that is definitely something to keep in mind during the holidays, to make sure that you're sleeping, that you're sticking to a schedule. So if you haven't watched last time's video, I'm going to link it right here so that you can go and watch that video. So let's get right into all of the tips for self-care during the holidays. The first thing to remember is to breathe. If you get stressed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're getting upset about something, just take a second and breathe. You can even think of it as a mini meditation, but even just doing a couple seconds breathing in, holding for a couple seconds and breathing out, and repeating that, building up. So if you start with 2, in, hold for 2, out for 2, hold for 2, and then go to 3, in for 3, hold for 3, out for 3, hold for 3, and then do it with 4, and do that until you feel calm. It's so helpful to breathe when you're feeling any of those things stirring, and it's something that can be hard to remember, but it's so important to remember to breathe. My next tip is to keep your priorities in mind. Before you head to the holidays, think about what's really important to you about this time of year. For me, it's the chance to see my family. So I really want to make sure that that's my priority, that I'm getting to spend quality time with my family and that everything else isn't as important. This makes it so much easier to let things slide and to be easygoing during the holidays if you really focus on what your number one priority is and just stick to that. So for me, spending time with my family, making sure that I get to connect with them, and that's really my main focus of the time I'm going to spend with them this holiday season. My next tip is to schedule your time and to really stick to it. So if you're someone like me who really needs to feel like you have a plan, then make sure you plan your holiday time far in advance and you stick to it. And also maybe make sure to commit to less things than you think you could actually do. So think about all of the things you could do, all of the things you could fill every day with, and maybe cut back 50%. Because once you get there, you're going to want to have time to just relax and enjoy it, or to take a moment for yourself, or with your significant other, or with your mom, or your dad, or your siblings, your grandparents, whatever it is. You're going to want to have more time to enjoy those moments. You're never going to be upset that you didn't schedule enough random activities during the holidays. Just take time and take it as an opportunity to have more laid-back days, to do less in your day, and to enjoy that. My next tip is to respect your budget. So don't use the holidays as a time to overspend. I know it's so hard, and I end up falling into this trap every year where the holiday spirit just kind of makes you want to buy things for other people, to donate to charities, to buy things for yourself, and if you don't have the money for that, that's only going to add to your stress. So figure out how much you can spend and then stick to your budget. You may wish you could spend more on your family or that you could treat your husband or wife to something special, but if you can't afford it, it's not worth it. My next tip is such an important tip, and that is to listen to your body. So make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you're eating well. I know it can be hard at the holidays. You want to eat lots of treats, but make sure you're getting your greens. Make sure you're eating healthy, filling plant foods. Make sure you're not drinking too much alcohol, especially if you normally don't drink alcohol. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Stick to your sleep routine, to your bedtime routine, and to the times that you normally go to sleep and wake up. Don't put inordinate stress on your body because it's going to make it so much harder to get through the holidays. My next tip has to do with minimalism. So do your best at the holiday season to stick with a one in, one out sort of system. So For every gift you get, for everything that you purchase for yourself over the holidays, try to get rid of or let go of one thing in exchange so that you're not just adding all of this stuff to your house. And you can even use it as an opportunity to get rid of more things. As you bring things in, you can say, okay, I want this new item for whatever reason. What can this replace? What items do I currently have that I don't need to have because I now have this item? Who could I donate these other items to? Who could get more use out of them now that I have something else to replace it? And use that as an opportunity to really minimize your belongings at this time of year when we tend to accumulate. My next tip is to take some time to yourself to read a book or listen to some music. I really love to take the opportunity to get a really warm, wintry smelling candle and to spend some time in low light with my candle, reading a book, listening to music that I love. It can be a really great way to unwind, and it's something that I normally don't take the time to do. But during the holidays when I'm not working and I have more free time, I think it's so important to focus on doing these things that really bring joy. So the candle I got this year is the brown sugar candle, Natura Soy Lights brand. I actually got this at The Imperative, which is the new vegan boutique in Toronto, which I talked about in my last week in vegan, and I've posted a couple pictures on Instagram about them. And my husband and I went there yesterday and checked everything out, and I smelled this brown sugar candle, and it just smelled so much like the holidays, and it was so homey and wintry and warm. So I got this candle, and it's already making me feel a little bit more relaxed just having this candle burning. And I plan on tonight and tomorrow spending some time reading by candlelight just on my own, maybe with a cat or two. And I know that that's really going to help me maintain a calm and healthy outlook during this holiday season. It smells so good. My next tip is to take a break from work and from the internet. So for me, some of those things are combined. So my YouTube channel, my blog, those things are both internet and work, but I also spend time on the internet for fun and work off of the internet. And I think it's really important at the holiday season, if you can, to take at least one full day free of any thoughts of work or any thoughts or use of the internet. So this year, I'm hoping that my Christmas Day, the 25th, is going to be 100% internet and work thoughts free, and I'm really excited for just one full day where I can be entirely present in the moment and enjoy time with my family and not have to think about any of those things that tend to make me feel stressed. My next tip is that if you have the opportunity to, spend time with furry friends. So for me, that's my two cats, Chewy and Yoda. This is the time of year when it's really good to get some cuddles from friendly animals. If you don't have any companion animals in your home, maybe go volunteer at a shelter or go to a farm sanctuary and just spend some time with animals, because their calm and in-the-moment way of living can really rub off on us in a really positive way. And I just know I always feel so much better after spending some quality time with my cats, and I don't always have the time to do that because I'm so busy. So the holidays are a great time to really bond with them, spend time with them, cuddling and playing, and just get to know them a little better and let them influence me in that really positive, fuzzy, warm feeling kind of way. My next tip is not to expect too much out of your family. Remember that they're not perfect. And this is a hard one for me because my family's not vegan. My husband and I are, but my sister and her boyfriend and my parents are not vegan. And it can be really hard at the holidays to come together and to be so reminded that they don't share the same moral values that I do. And for people that I consider my closest friends, my family, the people I love the most in the world, to know that they don't share those essential beliefs is really difficult. But I need to remember that they're not perfect and they haven't come to that place yet. And for 19 years of my life, I didn't even think about it. It doesn't do anything for me to get upset about the fact that they're not vegan yet. Hopefully someday they will get there. But if they don't, it doesn't mean I don't love them. And it's good for me to remember not to expect too much out of them. to just accept them how they are and love them and get to spend time with them. My next tip is to make a list of what you're grateful for, especially if you have a little bit of a stressful family situation. It can be really good to sit down just at one point during the holiday weekend or holiday week, whatever amount of time you have off, to sit down on your own and just write a list of things you're grateful for, especially things about your family. Because hopefully, no matter what situation you're in with your family, there's at least one thing that you can be thankful for and grateful for. And I know that bringing your thoughts back to the positive can be very difficult, especially if you suffer from anxiety or depression. Believe me, I know. But it's so helpful to think about those positive things and to focus your mind on those good things, as hard as it is. So schedule some time in for yourself. Maybe it's first thing in the morning or before you go to bed one night, and just sit down and write as many things as you can think of that you're grateful for this holiday season. My next tip is to spend as much quality time with the people you love as you can. For me, this season is about that quality time. It's not about shopping or going to do crazy things, going out to restaurants, being extravagant. It's about spending time with the people that I love. So it's really helpful to focus in on spending quality time, one-on-one time with each of your family members that you don't necessarily get to see very often or get that one-on-one time with. Catch up with them, ask them how they're really doing, get to know them better, because you don't know what's happened in their life since you last had a deep conversation, and maybe they're dealing with some things that they need support for too. It can help bring perspective to your own life to hear how other people are doing and to connect with them on that level. To help someone else can make you feel a lot better. And even if it doesn't get to that kind of place, just connecting with someone in that way can really help bring you out of any negative mental cycle you're in. My next tip is to take joy in giving. No matter how much you can actually give this year, even if it's just giving your time, take a second to be happy about the fact that you are giving of yourself. I get so excited giving gifts. I love to give things to people that I hope will make them happy. Take joy in that. Remember that you are so worthy of love and people wanting to spend time with you, and it's a gift to get to spend time with you. So give that joyfully. Be happy about it. Try to keep that positivity, as hard as it is, I know. Try to just come at it from a place of love and joy and gratitude, and focus as much as you can on those feelings and try to forget the other feelings, even just for a couple of days. My next tip is to take some time to be creative. So if for you that's making music or drawing or making stuff with your hands, take time to do that. The holidays are a time where you can take a step back and enjoy some of your hobbies. If you like to knit, if you want to make a gingerbread house, do it. Jason and I love to take the time to play music together. I love to sing Christmas carols. I like to take this time to draw in my bullet journal just to make things prettier or to sketch things. It's really nice to be creative and to let those things flow and to not worry about the perfection. It's not about creating something that's going to be gorgeous for everyone or even creating something that you have to share. It can just be the joy of being creative, of letting those feelings out through a creative medium, whether that be music or art or anything. My next tip is to let go of perfection, just in general. Give yourself a break and say, you know what, for the next couple of days, it's not about being perfect. It's just about embracing who I am and my family is and our imperfect relationships and being happy about them, being grateful for them just the way they are. My next tip is to remember that abundance is a feeling. It's not about material possessions. So no matter what you get or don't get this year, that's not what it's about. It's about feeling an abundance of joy in your life, of things that make you feel fulfilled, of passions and thoughts and opinions that make you who you are. It's not about the individual things that you own. It's not about this plant or this candle or these clothes behind me. It's about who I am and the relationships I have and what I'm doing with my life. And those are the things that make my life feel abundant. It's not about the material things at all. My next tip might be a bit controversial depending on how you see it, but for me it's important at the holidays to avoid topics that are just going to cause fights. I don't mind having discussions and debates about things, but I try to avoid topics that I know I very much disagree with certain family members because I don't want to just have a fight for fight's sake. This isn't a random Facebook group or Facebook thread, it's my relationship with my family, and there are lots of things that I disagree with my family about, and that's okay. We don't need to talk about them on Christmas. My next tip applies to all of you vegans out there. Try to make a vegan safe zone if you can. It can be really hard to be at Christmas dinner and see other people eating animal products, so if you can make your holiday vegan, do it. If you can't, try to separate yourself from those animal products as much as you can. Bring your own food with you or collaborate with your family to make sure that you have an abundance of vegan options. Try to make as much of the dinner vegan as possible because it's not like other people can't eat plants, right? Even if there has to be animal products at the dinner, maybe try to make all of the sides vegan. So the percentage of things you have to be uncomfortable around is smaller. My next tip is not to hold grudges, whether that be from things that happened 2 minutes ago or things that happened last Christmas. Try to let those things go and just enjoy the time that you have with the people that you love. My next tip is to smile. If you're feeling tired or stressed or annoyed or anything, try breathing, and then once you've taken a couple breaths and calmed yourself, try smiling. Even if you don't feel like it, try smiling because it really does make you feel happier to smile. So just try it. My next tip is that if you had a hard 2016, I totally get it. Make a list of things you're excited about for 2017. Treat it as a fresh slate. Think about how you want to improve your life, how you want to improve how you handle things that happen in your life, your relationships, your work, your health, whatever it is. Make a list of things you want to do. And I'm actually going to link a video down in the description box that Jenny Mustard came out with. It's a little thing that she and her partner do every year in regards to their goals for the new year that my husband and I are actually going to start doing this holiday season. That's a really sweet way of doing things for each other and getting excited about the new year. So again, I'll link that below so you guys can check it out. It might be a really fun activity to do either on your own, just to think about what you want the next year to be, or with your significant other. My next tip is not to feel bad about regifting things that are going to benefit someone else more than you. Whether someone got you a non-vegan gift or a gift that you simply don't need, don't feel guilty about regifting it. You can be thankful for the thought that was behind the gift, and you can genuinely enjoy the feeling of receiving it, and that can be what the gift was for you. That can be the positive impact of the gift. It doesn't have to stay unused in your house for 10 years before you finally feel okay about getting rid of it to give you full value. The value can literally be the moment that it was given to you and you saw it and felt that rush of joy or that thankfulness for them thinking about you. Whatever the actual item is, even if it's not something that you could use, that's okay, and you can enjoy that feeling and then think about who you could give it to, who could really appreciate it or use it more than you can. My next tip is that if you have the chance, volunteer or donate to a good cause. This can really help, especially if you're around family members who disagree with you on things that are very important to you in your morals and beliefs. It can really help to donate to charities and causes or give your time to organizations who work towards those things you believe in. And my very last tip is to put your health, yourself first. If you need to spend your holiday on your own, if you need to not see your family every single year, that's okay. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about needing time to yourself. If you're going to do better this holiday season by just taking 10 days to lie in bed and watch funny movies and get lots of sleep and drink green smoothies, then do it. You don't need to feel guilty about it. Your health comes first, and we get so few breaks in the world that we live in. It's constantly new things coming into your inbox and notifications and things to do and expectations. Sometimes the best thing to do for the holidays is just to take time for yourself. Whether that be one afternoon or the entire holiday season, put yourself first and make sure you're taking care of yourself. because if you're not doing it, no one else is going to. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope one or more of these tips are going to help you this holiday season. If you have any tips for surviving the holidays that I didn't mention, leave them in the comments below to help out everyone who watches this video. I'm also going to link the blog post I wrote last year about surviving the holidays as a vegan, so specific things to help you out if this is, for example, your first holiday as a vegan with your non-vegan family. It can be really helpful. I'm also going to link below a post I recently published about vegan FAQs. So again, if this is your first or one of your first holidays with your family after going vegan, it can be hard to keep track of all of the stuff people are going to ask you. And it can be hard when you feel like you're cornered or you're not sure what to say. So I hope that that list of FAQs and some brief answers will help you to just kind of prepare to go hang out with your family, and that way whatever questions they ask you, you kind of have an idea of what to say. With all of that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, whatever holiday or holidays you celebrate. I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you so much love and support. I'm going to be practicing as many of these as I can to take care of my mental health this holiday season. And I will see you guys in our next Self-Care Saturday in 2017. Bye guys. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on social media so that we can be friends, and support me on Patreon if you want to be part of the family and part of supporting what I do on this channel and on my blog every single week.